Так, здравствуйте, я продолжаю играть за рыцаря Джедая. С Белсависом у меня произошла маленькая накладка. Короче, я записал очень много серий. Диск был переполнен. И серия не полностью записалась. Но там ничего такого сверхъестественного нету.
I want to reassure you that my squad fatality rates have not consistently been this high.
I suppose that's good to hear.
The first squad I commanded after making sergeant was sent to free POWs being held at a small Imperial outpost. Intel said the place would be lightly manned. Most of the Imperials wouldn't arrive for another 24 hours. Intel was wrong.
The outpost wasn't lightly manned, or the POWs weren't being held there?
The Imperials sent their reinforcements a day early. When my squad broke into the outpost, we were outnumbered 10-1. We were outmanned and outgunned, but we achieved our objective, freed all the POWs, and came out alive. My squad's casualty rate was 97.4%, but we had no fatalities.
It's impressive that anyone made it out of there with those odds.
They were good soldiers, far better than any of the others I've had under my command. Our mission was accomplished without permanent loss of Republic resources. That squad was effectively trained, and as a result, we achieved victory much more efficiently.
They must have been remarkable soldiers.
They are. Good soldiers are a resource. Yes, their loss damages the war effort, but they are meant to be used. Victory for the Republic is worth any cost.
Он просто прилетел, как обычно, на планету, и как обычно всех вынес.
Master Jedi, our downtime has had a positive impact on my battle readiness. I believe I'm 14.2% more prepared for combat now.
What? What does that even mean?
It's a statistical analysis of, well, I won't bore you with the details. I've had a lot of time to think. I've forgotten what that was like.
Relax while you can, Sergeant. There's more fighting ahead.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been thinking about my original squad. I haven't seen any of them since we liberated that POW camp. They seem to be on active duty, but I can't find any mention of commendations or recognition. They should be decorated soldiers.
I'm sure you'll find something.
Carson, Nadja, Eckert, that whole squad has simply vanished.
They're probably just posted somewhere far from the fighting.
It seems like a terrible waste of skilled personnel. They'd be most valuable to the Republic deployed on the front. This just doesn't make sense to me. Finally tracked down my old squad mates, Master Jedi. Wishing I hadn't. General Garza recruited them into the Special Forces Black Ops program. But now, they're in a detention facility on Beirun, convicted of war crimes.
War crimes are a serious charge. How did your old squad go from being heroes to convicted criminals?
Black Ops doesn't make heroes. It trains killers. If the right targets die, no one complains. They renamed my old squad the Surgeons, tasked them with destabilizing the Empire's command structure by removing its best leaders. But the Surgeons didn't just target Imperial commanders. They went after the officers' families. They wanted to send the enemy a message.
Killing women and children is never acceptable.
Good soldiers know what acceptable targets are. This wouldn't have happened on my watch. The detention center's warden says my old squad mates are serving life sentences. They're young. That's a lot of years to spend in cages. The next time I get nostalgic and curious, Master Jedi, give me a planet to invade.
Просто, как обычно, прилетел на планету и всех повыносил. Так, ничего там такого. Ну, ради чего бы стоило пройти эту именно планету, я не знаю.
How are you doing?
Да я не смогу тоже, не то, что есть сохранение.
The Force makes me strong, but not all-powerful. I know plenty of skilled fighters who accomplish great things armed only with a will to succeed. There is no Empire, Trig. Only people serving the wrong cause. They can serve peace just as easily. When they do, we'll gladly end this war.
Guarda, como ta Gigi, amorte maggiore, I siete toci? Dicio, da Stevie Job, però è tutto se mi signe. Ah, sì,
Тоже мне возомнил себе команду. Так. О, я уже начал ориентироваться в этой забегаловке.
Alert. System efficiency has returned to 100%, Master, and I have reactivated several combat subsystems that were previously disabled. My deletion techniques are as efficient as the day I left the factory floor. Declaration. Troublemakers beware. The Maker's greatest assassin is coming for you all.
As a general rule, Jedi don't team up with assassins. What else can we call you?
List. If you require a more polite euphemism, may I suggest liquidator, eraser, removal expert, and my personal favorite, sterilizer. Resolution. You will soon see my full combat capabilities. Prepare to be awed, Master.
Old Doc's always been more of a lover than a fighter. But I had to up my game since you came around. It's not easy looking good when you're fighting next to a Jedi. I figured out the trick.
Care to clue me in before our next big battle?
Let's just say I'm getting a new nickname. Dr. Knockout. Yep. Next time we're surrounded by the scum of the galaxy, they're gonna be sorry they met me. I don't believe this. We missed the party of the Millennium last night. So look at all of that. Music, dancing, attractive people. Oh, we could have been a part of it if we hadn't been on the wrong side of the galaxy, saving everyone's lives as usual. Two heroes of the Republic would have been colossal at that shindig. Infinite opportunities for romance. We would have had it made.
Just think about how much more colossal we'll be at these parties once the Empire is defeated.
We've earned more admirers than we'll ever have time for. Anything extra is just wasteful. I'm in the prime of my life, and I'm spending it with people who enjoy running around on exploding planets. All I want is to abuse our fame, just for one night. Is that so wrong?
Слава богу, отлип. В общем, если что, это прохождение можно посмотреть и у других людей.
What have you got for me?
Кого так уже. Ну там ничего особенного нету. Ради чего бы там. Никаких
Only
драк
3 dozen
хороших.
senators have access to those accounts. One of them must be an Imperial spy.
В общем, вы ничего не потеряли. Так на планету только не посмотрели.
Until we find out who hired the bounty hunter and why, we can't be sure of anything. This casts a bad light on the entire Senate. Until we know who's responsible, I don't want this to leak out.
Так, кто там еще ко мне прилип? А, это хороший дядька.
Your people speaking of the Empire sound like a distorted echo. When I was born, we thought the rest of the galaxy to be mystery and legend. We had been alone for 1,000 years.
What was it like? I can't even imagine.
We were what you made us. In my youth, Jedi were how you threatened errant children. Obey your masters or the Jedi will obliterate you. For thousands of years, we had total control of 100 star systems. Then the Jedi drove us to the farthest fringe of the galaxy.
The Emperor had subjugated thousands of species. Every non-Force user was enslaved.
They were safe and served to their own capability. This is hardly worth debating. I gain nothing from understanding how your Republic's fools view the galaxy. I am surprised that once your council finishes its brainwashing, any Jedi has a spine left to oppose the Emperor. Perhaps you are young enough to still cultivate the strength of the Sith.
I'm open to Sith tricks. What have you got?
The dark side is no trick, Jedi. When you release the control the Jedi Council has drilled into you, when you feel anger in your every connection to the Force, when you can accept that a man of authority must use any means necessary to achieve his ends, then you will have discovered the dark side. I do not know how more to prepare you to face the Emperor. What has your training been? All I know of Jedi ways is from Revan. Surely they have changed in 300 years.
Not as much as you'd think.
That is the great failing of both our peoples. We do not change. When I step onto Korriban, I'm always surprised to see the same training I saw 3 centuries ago. Only my visions set me apart, made them bring me before the Emperor. In his presence, I first saw who he was and what he planned.
You still chose to serve him.
I chose to live long enough to find one who could defeat him. I thought Revan and the Jedi exile were my chance.
That was 300 years ago. Obviously, it didn't work out.
I hoped it would. I was their eyes and ears in the Sith Academy, their most trusted ally. I liked them. I would have served them, but my vision told me they would fail. I cut down the exile and brought Revan to the Emperor as a gift.
Is that what you're planning to do to me?
If you are not the one who will stop the Emperor's madness, then I will await the one who will. The only way to live long enough to find the Jedi who would kill the Emperor, to find you, was to convince him to trust me. He took my offering and gave me a place at his side. He gave me immortality. It was a gift, but not without its price.
Убил изгнанницу, гад. Скош.
So, when do I get my own Padawan? Always wanted to be a teacher.
It's true. I'm learning all kinds of things from you.
Helps that you're an excellent student, but that's not what I mean. Here, pretend you're my Padawan. Got a hypothetical moral dilemma for you. Say you could only save the Republic or the Jedi Order. Which would you choose and why? Don't think, answer.
That's too big a question not to put a little thought into.
This is too late. The Jedi Order and the Republic are both dead. Happy? Correct answer was Jedi Order, by the way. Without us around to protect it, the Republic can't survive.
Jedi can exist without the Republic, but not the other way around. Interesting notion.
Puts this war in perspective, doesn't it? We're not fighting for them. They're fighting for us. This teaching thing's fun. Have to do it again sometime. Finally got the skinny on how we become an official Jedi twosome. Short version, not happening. We'd only ever see each other on Tython. Senior council members would review us monthly, make sure we stay detached. The clincher is, only Jedi who were raised by the Order from birth get permission. I'm automatically disqualified.
We can do what we want. We don't need permission.
Maybe not, but we might need a good alibi someday. Master SWTOR, smart lady. The longer we keep things going, the harder they'll be to stop. Not gonna ruin your life, tough guy. You want out of this? Just say so.
I'd rather face down the whole council than lose what we have.
For a man of action, you got away with words. So much for upholding the Jedi Code. Guess we're outlaws.
We'll find a way to live with the guilt. Somehow.
Won't be easy, but we have to try, and try, and try. Nope, still feel guilty. You'll have to try harder next time. Better get back to saving the galaxy. Don't want people to think we've gone soft.
Так, ну что, я со всеми потрепался.
This is Station Korriban's flame to unidentified vessel. You have violated Imperial space. Submit your security clearance or be destroyed.
You said I could leave this to you. Go ahead.
Transmitting clearance code now.
Stand by while I... We're so pleased you're here, Grand Moff. You'll find our security airtight.
That is unlikely.
I've cleared a docking bay for you. Please proceed with your landing, sir.
For the moment, they believe I am Grandma Fresh. But this ruse will not hold. Prepare to kill everyone.
Haven't you noticed? I don't leave survivors.
Your most admirable quality. Don't waste any time. Destroy the enemy while we have the elements of surprise.
Один скош одобрил, что я готов убить их всегда всех. Значит, мы с ним одинаковые, раз он тоже это одобряет. Пошли, Кира, порежем овечек. А что, от вас даже и костей не остается? Опа,
Right on time.
кого мы нашли?
You're practically a droid. I knew if I applied the right stimulus, you couldn't resist coming here.
Something's wrong with Leha. She's not herself. She tricked me.
Jomar was chasing proof you'd fallen to the dark side. He fell into my trap like a greedy child. You were just as easy.
I need information on the Emperor's plans. I'm guessing you can help.
Please, don't hurt her. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Poor boy. You think you love me, but what we shared in secret on Tython was only a shadow of true passion.
They obviously weren't doing it right.
I'll show you true ecstasy, Jomar. But first things first.
I don't want to hurt you. If you care about Jomar, surrender.
Surrender is for the weak. Jomar had that option. You don't. You remember the meaties? I gave my little droid friends a few upgrades I think you'll enjoy. Briefly.
Вот тебе была джедаем. Блин, это было близко. И чё это я так поплыл? А чё вы не берете с косточки?
Stop! 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 Stop!
О, очухалась.
Where are we?
Leha, it's me. You're going to be all right.
My poor droids. How did we get here?
It's been a long time since the Emperor defeated us. Concentrate. Try to remember.
No. I don't want to. I can feel the Emperor's presence. He hates you. The things he made me do.
Come home to Tython. Master SWTOR will help you. I have no right to ask you for anything, but the Council doesn't need to know about us. Please, keep our relationship to yourself.
I don't agree with the Council's ban on Jedi falling in love.
Understatement of the millennium.
Thank you. I'm sorry for all of this. I was wrong about you. My mission wasn't a total failure. I overheard Leha delivering orders from the Emperor to a high-ranking Sith Lord. I couldn't hear details, but I know someone named Lord Fulminus went on a secret mission to the planet Voss.
Just what we needed. Better tell Master SWTOR.
I'll take Leha home. Thank you for saving her. Us.
Блин, это лихо со своими роботами. Во здоровье было, блин. Я же героический момент включил. Ну, в общем, она на Тайтан полетит, но уже тоже жила, как и я. А что ж такое зачарованный ходил? Нам надо лететь на ВОЗ, по идее. Ну, сейчас, как обычно, будем болтать полчаса. По голому терминалу. На своем кораблике. Так, а мне еще загнать этому роботу?
Report your ailments.
И починимся.
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Master SWTOR, I rescued Jomar and found Leha Nerez. She's been under the Emperor's control and needs your help. They're headed for Tython now. I also learned a high-ranking Sith named Fulminus is on the planet Voss.
That is disturbing news. Voss was discovered only recently. Its society is dangerously unbalanced. People worship an elite group of Force users who rule with absolute authority. Despite our best efforts, Voss's government rejects the Jedi Code.
The Emperor has always taken a great interest in that world. I thought he sought to conquer it, but clearly he intends its destruction.
Go to Voss, find Lord Fulminus and stop his plans.
Ну что ж, ладно, на вас мы уже полетим в следующей серии. Надеюсь, вам было интересно видеть, как я чуть не умер. Если есть желание, подписывайтесь на канал, оставляйте свои комментарии. С вами был Дима, до встречи, пока.